And we are back with another game of Prison Architect using the GTD methodology in order to improve our gameplay and get used to using GTD. Normally, I've been playing this once per day for about an hour or so. But today, just now, I was so excited at the idea. I'm at a stage in my own personal life where I'm trying to organise a lot of my possessions in different rooms and categorise things and get everything very organised because it's a bit all over the place. But it seems to overwhelm me a little bit. And then I was thinking how, with regards to the current game that we've been playing of this, the process of creating an entire minimum security section, a whole new prison that's only minimum security, in addition to the original prison we've created, how that's such an organised process, and how the transferal of them skills of getting so organised in terms of the deployment and the pathways and the walkways and all the different cells and the cafeteria and everything, how that will then easily translate to being able to organise all these different possessions I've got: boxes, shelves, drawers, wardrobes, cupboards, how to fit and organise everything so everything has a proper place. I hope that's making sense, and to be able to pull that off. I only need to pull it off once, it could even result in me having to label everything, where each cupboard is labelled to have specific types of items, or each box, but there's so many items at the moment, it just appears to somewhat overwhelm me. So I got very excited at the prospect of playing this now, because I can see that this would definitely transfer over. So, the plan. Where are we up to? Project. Create opposite minimum security prison. Right. Next actions. Plan min security prison. Then increase the loan and then build. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. The initial plan, I think I'll build the wall, the fence. Oh, it's sleep time. You know what? I'm going to do a shakedown because it's sleep time. The fence. Water pipe is burst. Let's just solve it. It takes less than 2 minutes, so we will do it immediately. Continue on. So this is going to be the outer perimeter fence. I'm going to leave a gap of 2 to do a secondary fence. Okay. We've just found a tunnel, so I'm just going to remove tunnels. Now we will get on with the planning. So for minimum security, you can use these basic quick build cells. Perhaps we could use them. That's it, that's what it looks like. It's a 2x3 cell, yeah, 2x3. But do we want to use just this quick build cell, or do we actually want to create our own custom cell and do it like that? An improved cell, as an example. So it has a shower and a TV in it. That would save a lot of drama. Luxury cell. Could use luxury cells even. We won't go with luxury just yet. I might create one luxury cell over here just to... I mean, what is that cost? I don't know. Because we already have a $5,000 cell over here. With absolutely everything in. You know, they've all got the same items, but it's just different sizes. We're not looking to do that at this moment. What we are looking to do... What's this? We also want to dismantle the trees, demolish the walls. Start with that for the minute. Okay. So I also want another fence that goes along here, perhaps. 1, 2. And then gap, another fence. That gives us a gap of 2. Yeah, we'll go with the absolute cheapest cells, the basic minimum cells. Actually, we can go on small cells. We can 10 grand. The cells in your prison require a certain amount of space to fit legal requirements, but imagine how many more cells you could fit in if that wasn't the case. Remove the minimum size requirements for standard cells. It's going to take a day. Right. I might just speed it up just to get through that part. High levels of contraband in the prison. We're working on that. We shall do another shakedown. Oops. Doors. Scale doors. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how that is going to make, what kind of difference that's going to make. It's removing the minimum requirements. It is very interesting. Why is the heating on off? We'll do another shakedown. Continuous shakedowns. This should be almost done now. Approved, small cells. Right. So at that rate, we could have a cell that is just has a bed and a toilet, and then we remove 4 squares. Is that right? Because the normal cell we've got is the normal cell is 2d3 on the inside. That is a normal cell. And we need a bed, so we'll put objects, bed, and then we want a toilet. So we could make the cell. We could even get rid of the toilet. So there's not even a toilet in there. There's just a bed. And then that would be the cell with the door. That's half the space, because it's just gone from a 5x4 to a 3x4. Big difference is 3x4 as opposed to a 5x4. Yeah, so in the space that you would normally fit one cell, you now get 2. So we just double the amount of cells. Wow. Okay. Like that. And all it's got is and all there is in it is a jail door and the bed, and that's it. In order to do that, we'll need some showers and toilet areas, which should be possible. We can experiment. Do you want it to be that way? Or do you want it to be going down? Or do you want it to be that way? It doesn't truly matter. It's the same thing anyway. Wall, 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 wall. Right. It's just the same thing all the way across. Wall, wall. One, two, Or is it better to do it this way? And then have them all across lengthways? It would mean you get more in. I mean, it does work. For some reason I like that better. I mean, these could be the walkways back down here even. And then it all just leads into this massive prison. It's a big risk, is that? You just let them all pile in. Have absolutely hundreds of minimum security prisoners. And just give... And then you could go on to... we would have to increase the size of the kitchen and stuff. We could change the work routine even of minimum security, because you can do that. We can go onto the regime of minimum security specifically and change it. We could give them more free time or work time, depending, to allow them to make up for the difference. We could give them different eating hours as well than the rest of the population. There's only one way to find out, and that's to test it out. Do I like it this way, or do I like it that way? In a way, you might not even need a jail door. I like it like this, because I like the amount of them. Got to think in terms of this. So that's how it would look, with one on each side, or it would be like 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. It would be like that all the way. Is that the same amount of space? We need to count how much cells to the space. This is technical. We'll figure out, we'll figure out exactly which is the most efficient to get more cells in by testing out the 2 models. And we'll do the math. It's probably the exact same, it doesn't even really matter, all you're doing is moving it from side to side. So that is a space of 7 by, well, it's the same length, it's 7, whereas this is only 5. So you would have to times them both, this by 7 and that by 5, in order to figure it out. So this fits 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's just count that again really quick. I think it's 21. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? Yep. So let's just make a note. We'll go on. Right. We'll have an area called capturing random thoughts. So the first one was 21 cells. The second was how many? 14? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. Yes, times 2 each. So that would make equals 42 cells, equals 28 cells. But the width is 7 versus 5. So the width equals 7, the width equals 5. So then, in order to figure it out, we times this by 5 and we times that by 7. So, times this by 5, which would equal 42 times 5 equals 210 cells over 35 squares. And we times this one by 7 to figure it out. So it's 28 times 7. 28 times 7 equals 20 times 7 is 140, and 8 times 7 is 4956, which equals 196. So 196 versus 210 cells over 35 squares, which means this one is better. The first one is better. That is more efficient. It's just more efficient. It looks like there's more cells in it, yeah. Yep, so we're going to go with that model. Which means you need a door on each side like that. And then there'll be a walkway all the way along. And then there's another 7. Yep. And then a walkway all the way along. And we'll put a shakedown on real quick. Right, we actually want to start this from the very beginning. So let's just wipe that out. Good test. Gap by 7 all the way across. Yep, and that's that. That's 7. Yep, that's another 7, and this is another 7. Walkway. This is going to be very big. I wonder how many we're going to get. We'll figure it. We'll do the math in a minute. By 7. And the pathway by 7. Pathway. 7, and another pathway by 7. Huh? Who will fit to there? Right. This is big. Very, very big. So how many did we say is in one lot? 42 cells in one of them. So it's, is that right? 42? Yeah. So each of them's 42, each of these rectangles. So one rectangle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 cell blocks times by 42 cells. Wow. Equals, well, let's call it, so 14 times by 10 equals 140. Then 140 times by 4 equals 560, and then we've got to do the add 2 more, add 28, so 560 plus 28 equals 588 prisoners. That's a big deal. That is a very big deal. 588 prisoners. This is all based on the assumption that I can even build a cell like that. So I need to test that out first, actually. What is this? So I need to test out building a mini cell. So that's gap of 1, gap of 2, there. Is that right? There we go. And then you want a door. Put a door at one of that doors. You even go for the cheap door. Just to see. Bed in. Oh, he needs a toilet. Damn. We've learned something. So you can't just have the bed, we also need the toilet. Slightly changes things. Gotta walk past the toilet to get to the bed. So it didn't work, the initial plan. It needs to be one bigger. I haven't figured this out. So we could have spent absolute thousands trying to do this. So it needs to be one bigger on both sides. So it goes from a it goes to a 9. That in the middle. That. Leaves room for a bed and a toilet, a bed and a toilet. Yep, it's 9. Okay, so that's good to know. 9. Right, so we want to have 9. 9. There. That's it. Then a gap. Okay, so what we want to do is cancel all this off really quick. And we want a gap, and then a 9. Gap, and then a 9. And then a gap, and then a 9. Gap, and then a 9. And a gap, and then a 9. Gap, and 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 a 9. Okay. So that changes it. The amount is still the same, which is 42, is that correct? The only thing is going to require an awful lot of searching. Every time we do one of these shakedowns, all the guards will have to come and check all of these cells too. But I suppose, as long as we, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's 42, yeah, so it's the same. How many cell blocks have we got though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's not, so it's 11 times by 42. It's not 14 cell blocks anymore, it's 11 times 42. So that's all not the case. Which equals 420 plus 42, which equals 462 cells. And from that, they will all pile out into this massive area. Yep. Yep, and there's a prisoner in there. Absolutely fine. Rammed. Deployment. Minimum security only. How odd. Yeah, so we need to build all these cell blocks. Literally. Brick. Done. $88.70. $8,870 for foundations. And then we've got to add a bed, plus toilet. Bed's 200. Is bed 200? Let's just have a look. Bed is 200. Bed equals 200. I wonder if you could add bunk bed. My goodness, imagine. That would be a very big deal. Change them all into dormitories. You just doubled the amount from 462 to 900 and... Well, 450 would be 900 plus 12 times 2 is 24. 924 prisoners. Well, that's massive. The door. Single door. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Rooms. Dormitory. For multiple prisoners. Okay. So if we change this to dorm... Oh, it needs a minimum size. Minimum size is 2 by 3. Is that the most efficient? Well, that would make that. Whereas that is 2 by 3. No. A dorm is more efficient than that because it saves a square. And you can have two people in. A dormitory is even more efficient than the basic set than them little cells. So I just went to all that effort to get these little cells, and a dormitory is even more efficient anyway. Is that right? It can't be right. It must be. Honestly. That's just thrown a massive spanner in the works. Because if a dormitory, let's just build it. Because if 2 little cells can be like that, but a dormitory is that. Let's just do a shakedown since it's night time. That means that even with these minuscule cells, the dormitory is better anyway. Because it uses less space. Because it would take this much space to house 2 in the minuscule cells. And it would take this much space to house 2 in the dormitory cells. So the dormitories are even better. Does a dormitory count towards the... Maybe you could even hire 4. Maybe you could put 2 bunk beds. 2 lots of bunk beds in a dormitory. It needs a toilet. Yeah. Maybe you could have 2 bunk beds. Maybe you could have 4 prisoners in that space. Well, that would be even more efficient. That would be that times again, times 2 again. Which would be like 1,800 odd. if that's the case. Come on, build it. That's a huge difference. You know, if we can put 2 bunk beds, although it might come down to cost. Maybe cost. Water pipe is bursting, is flooding in the area. Fix it before the damage is too severe. Utilities. It takes less than 2 minutes to do it now. It's done. Okay. Right. Because normally 2 bunk beds, bunk bed, and a toilet, and that would be a dorm. If that's true, that's insane. We've just solved something very complex, although it costs a lot more. Although we get more prisoners, this doesn't cost more, because it costs 1,000 for the beds, which is only 250 per person. We get 4 people in there. Is that cost as a sound? Yeah, man. Wow. Literally. That's it. Utilities, connect the water. Utilities connect the electric. Yeah. Let's shake now. Who's the 4 people going to be? 1, 2. Well, it's definitely 2. But is there 4? Some tunnels have been found, some tunnels are all tunnels. I'm just going to make this wall, the entrance to this, much longer, so you can see people coming in and out very clearly. Right, I'm going to make it a bit longer just so I can... and a nice. Very clear depiction. 1 prisoner's gone in. Check it. This is going to make it easy for us to see. The prisoners as they come. toast. 2 is topper. So there's McToast. Let's just write this down. We'll just write it. McToast, pepper. So the dorm test occupants. So this is also a capture. Let's continue. See if anyone else comes. Might be there's only 2 people allowed to sleep in there. Room quality. That looks like an entire project, is to solve the create the perfect dorm, create. Oh wait, it's the project. Go to projects. Create max grade dorm. That's a future project, because that's going to take a lot more time, thought, money as well. It looks like they need a lot of things in there, a lot of space, so we're not going to go for that at this moment. What I'm going for, I'll stick with what we've got, which is this. Okay, so we're going to place many doors. Very cheap. So all you gotta do is times everything by 42. Place the balls. We have a little brick all the way down, all the way across. Yeah, it's expensive. 300 a pop. Means it's 150. We gotta figure that out. Place 42 toilets and 42 beds. Same with the toilet. And then plug in the utilities. So we'll use this one over here just for the moment. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. why you don't want to change them into cells and categorise them until it's all built. You know what we want? We want to actually put the flooring down to make this fast. Yeah, a lot of toilets, a lot of beds, a lot of stuff. Just let everything build up. Do another shakedown. 5 deaths today, not good. That is a big tunnel. My goodness, that was a massive tunnel. And once we've built this once, you can very easily copy paste the entire thing. What? It's all connected now. Right. Let's go on cells. Climbing, minimum security. Unsecured area. Why is it unsecured? Is there a gap? There's a gap. There we go. I think that's the only gap because that brick wall was there before. That makes sense. Doors. We want to actually have a gate for the road gate. And fence. another gate. This is just a test. More gate. Place it down here. More walls. Fence gate. Right. So moving all these inner security prisoners off now. Yep. Main security. The whole section. There should not be any criminally insane coming in here. I hope that's honest. Why are there no canteens accessible? Why no canteens? Food distribution. This good road gate's not built yet. Could be that. Ah, here we go. Yep. Accessible now. This is what they do. They walk all the way across to get to their canteen. Oh wow, yeah. We've just massively increased the number of prisoners we can house. Right. Quick build. We'll go and copy this entire development. $44.70. I wonder if that also includes the... Wasn't it? Fire strike, that is not good. Emergency. Fire engine, fire engine. Oh, I need a bar of some cash. Right, emergency fire engine. Go very quick. Speed. My goodness, that was close. increase the intake, which is going to be just minimum security, to 149, 160 now, 173 now, 179, 189. Was that an escape? Oh my goodness, not good. Deployment, minimum security. Homing. Right. A load more prisoners are arriving. Yep, we want to build our paths, our walkways, flooring, paving stone, fast paving stone, all the way along. Okay. We'll increase the number of cooks. 20 cooks. Yeah. And I'm gonna build another 2 of them. Do it at that for the moment. We'll change the intake to filter capacity. Yeah, only minimum security prisoners. I'm good with that at this time. I might move the minimum security. Have them eat 3 times a day. Well, actually, I don't want them to eat with the other prisoners because there's going to be so many of them. Yeah. free time, work a free time, eat. Free time, and sleep. So we want them to go to the yard actually, force the yard on them, because the yard has a shower. Where is the yard? Well, suppose the yard, you know, after eating, they can go straight to the yard. Try it out. We'll leave it as is for the minute. Leave it as is. That is not good that we're trying to escape. We want to do a shakedown. Flooring path, paving stone around this whole section. Not many, 25 grand. Big expense. Instantly 20 grand's just gone. I think I'm just gonna increase the loan again real quick. Actually, I'll do the cell block diagram and the rest of this. Leaves us with 15 Gs. Utilities. How is our electric? Yep, it's fine. Water. One of the big water pipes going down and through the centre. We want all these connected. Built. We have a prison full of ragamuffins. I don't know what that means. That is not good that we're getting these prisoners the door escape. Not good at all. Paving stone. hurts. We're getting a lot of prisoners, but we'll do another shakedown. Tunnels. That is not good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. 8 escapes and 5 deaths. That is not good. Live jail door. There. And there and there. And there. Deployment. This has to be staff only. There's staff only. Until the doors are placed, it has to be classed as. Not good. Not good, not good. How am I losing money now? That's what I don't understand. How's that happened? How have I gone from being on top of everything to now it's chaos? More guards are needed. Maybe that's why we had one cell block at a time. Or even half a cell block. 20 prisoners at a time. I just added 80 all at once. It was probably too much for the system. Hence we're running into lots of issues. My goodness, we have lots of prison full of ragamuffins. Okay, deployment. Right. Staff only. That is staff only. This is staff only. Except for this part. Should we CEO, we have a prison PR disaster. Far too many prisoners have escaped recently and it's your fault. Lock this place down and make sure nobody else escapes, otherwise the press will expect your head on a platter. Right, now this is a serious, serious issue. So in reality, we want to lock everyone down for 24 hours. We don't want them escaping through that gate ever again. Our staff want a 50% increase in pay. This is absolute disaster. My goodness. Right, so that's done. But we still need to lock the place down. Employment. Staff only. Staff only. Yeah. Right. Maybe we should put the whole place on lockdown. Ah, I never knew you could do that. You could choose which sector. You can choose minimum security bang up. Minimum security bang up. Yeah. We'll choose that for 24 hours. Good, we have lots of spare room to take more prisoners. Oh my goodness. We're at a 12 grand loss per day. That's a disaster. How's it got this bad? How did we mess this up? This is not good. Not good at all. How are we losing 12 grand a day? The loan interest is 2 grand, but that's not the biggest thing. Staff wages is 8, guard wages is 16. We need to increase the amount of prisoners. Loan. Do it for the entire thing. Max out our loan. $250. Right. Quick build. And then we want to have paving down. This is a big risk that we're taking here. Massive risk. We'll do all the ones across first. And then we'll do the top and the bottom at the end. Okay. So this is nuts. I'm going to massively increase the amount of workmen. Put it up to 100 workmen. Yep. Just to get this stuff off the road. This is a huge risk that we're taking. 3 hours left. None have escaped, that's good. We'll do another shakedown of all sectors. Start the bang up. Where is this costs coming from? Loan interest, where's that? 12 grand a day. Maybe we should pay back some of the loan. Yeah. Perhaps. It's still 20 grand loss a day, which is absolutely disastrous. We'll keep it at max just for the minute, just to speed up everything. But we're going to need utilities also adding to all these areas. Point all the way down. And we want the water pipe point all the way down. Yep. So you're gonna want that. That. of each cell. Center of each cell. Hopefully this can all get built fast enough, because if not, we're goose. There's a lot for him to do. Give it a lot. And I might dismantle this entire fence and put a perimeter fence. Or just build a perimeter fence even. I think this could be the end of the game for us. I think I might have just overextended myself so immensely that we're not going to be able to pull this back. Very, very big expenses. Yep. The money is absolutely running out. Building lots of cell blocks at the same time was probably a disastrous move. Yeah, we just lost 70 grand that quick. Very, very big expenses. $250,000 loan. We aren't going to be able to do anything. We're going to be goosed. There's no way back. I think we're finished. The only hope is these toilets and beds that keep coming at the cells. It's the only hope we've got. when bed's just piling in now. I think we may have come to the end of the game. The game's even lagging out. You know, if there's a fire, we can't even hire the fire services anymore. Everything is goosed. Literally. $37 times 300 is 10 grand. I mean, we've done this too fast. I think we've completely goosed the game because where is finance at? 12 grand a day in loan interest. It's just massive, is that? We would have been better off doing it slower, one cell block at a time. I don't know how to overcome a 12 grand, a 26 grand deficit. We've got just the amount of staff we need at the minute. We can just hope and pray that the amount of prisoners that arrive intake all available change from 55 to 100 gives us 30 grand. Yeah. It's good that they're all minimum security, but I think we might have destroyed our chances in this game. Potentially. We'll have to see. Still many supplies. We've paid for a lot of their supplies up front, which is good. We'll do a shakedown. We'll get 30 grand tomorrow because 100 prisoners will arrive, so that's good. Is it all going to be enough? I don't know. We only started getting the cash, and these are all built. Because the prisoners need to arrive first. already seen a snake. Many moving parts and the game is glitching. We're up to 8 grand now. Grant payment collection. Oh, tool grant. Again. That's good. You're out of cash and out of options. I don't know how much stuff we're still waiting on. Sorted mail. Ah, here we are, the prisoner bus. Final. We might start getting some cash. Yep. "23 prisoners up for parole. 24 prisoners up for parole, that's fantastic. Might just perhaps make it, I don't know. It's hard to say. Seven we were on just then. It might all work out. It might all work out. How is this power? That power is getting dangerously low. We may have to even cut the power towards a lot of these bottom cells. Oh no, actually, is it on? Oh yeah, no, we connected it. That's alright. It's not too bad. Still the water that needs it. And the game is actually glitching now. So utilities, water. Right. and then it just starts to fade. This is the biggest risk I've taken in this game so far. It's just absolutely massively increasing. These early prisoner release rewards, the paroles, 31 prisoners up for parole. I mean, that's like 50 grand. The game is starting to glitch. We'll do a shakedown. We'll also go on to programs. Parole. Community. No. We've already got the maximum amount of parole. Got 3, 4. It's 4 per parole room, which is 12 grand a day. So it's worth building another parole because we get 3 grand. We get 12 grand per room. So since we've got some spare cash, we're going to quickly build a parole. Another 2 paroles actually. So we want to. Where is parole? Where can we build it? Let's go on that. All that. No, quick build. Parole is. Where's it going? Okay, we can build it here. Parole. Parole. Even there. That should be connect to the electrics. Yeah, that should be alright. Another 2 paroles up there. That should significantly increase our everything. What's the CEO got to say? Far too many prisoners have escaped recently. My goodness. We'll do bang up of all the minimum security. So minimum security, not allowed to leave this house for 24 hours. I mean, the fact that it was still just positive is incredible. We can take another 200 prisoners, which would be 70 grand. What? Have I just glitched out the entire game with this thing? Alright, deployment time blocks. I don't even know anything about the deployment time blocks. I know nothing about it now. 40 prisoners up for parole. Okay, they'll fix the outer wall. And the game is completely glitching out. The game is completely lagging out at this moment. $77, $7. Let me fix this. Second that some cash comes in. We're only at a 16 grand loss per day now. You know, like staff, 100 workmen. We don't need 100 workmen anymore. All this is built. I don't know why that's not yet built. Maybe it's cash. But in regards to staff, we could save 5 grand a day by getting rid of 50 workmen. Which we're about to do. Yeah. It's a big difference already. Right, the second this cash comes in, I'm rebuilding this wall. I think those are prisoners from the previous game. "49 prisoners up for parole, 50 are up for parole." That's massive. Why is this parole not built yet? Get built. See, we were down to 9 grand loss per day, and now it's changed to 4 grand loss per day. 423 prisoners. It's just one monstrous cell block is what it is. Absolutely immense. Is that a... losses. 14 grand in loan interest. That's disastrous. If we can get rid of that loan, pay off the loan. More paroles are getting built, that's good. Hopefully it can solve itself. Them paroles are really bankrolling us. 60 prisoners up for parole, that is absolutely immense. We're at 6 grand loss per day. The parole rooms are going to be what bankroll us. Definitely. Do we need more lawyers? I think they probably bring their own, I'm guessing. This may very well work. It's hard to say though. We're at minus 430, minus $700 a day, that's it. That's nothing. Yeah, early release. Finance. Decrease the bank. Oh. Yeah. So we're at a net positive now of $119. Somehow. I don't fully understand it myself. Remove tunnels. Losing again. So it's not paying off the debt. 12 grand a day loss from the bank loan. $87 prisoners up for parole, that's an unbelievable amount. Let's do a shakedown. yeah, let's turn off banging actually. So the interest per day just decreases, so our days are still profitable, so at least we don't go completely bankrupt. It's only marginally going down, but still, it's a win. Oh yes, that's why they're not getting used, because we're not set it on the programs for all. Right, that's all them paroles done now. 8 deaths today, that is a disaster. But we just increased the amount of paroles, which is absolutely awesome. 5 prisoners up for parole, I mean, that is monstrous. We doubled. 50% increase. What are the needs of all our prisoners? Warmth. Food. Don't let anyone escape. 20 escapes. Pay. Bank loan, site decision. 2 prisoners have escaped. Failure? Oh no. You're fired. We've been fired. We've lost. I can't believe it. We ruined it all. Gonna save. So it's our first riot. and we just got destroyed. We got way too greedy. It was a great idea. 500 prisoners being imported all at once was a disaster, and we should have done it one cell block at a time, really, to slowly increase, so that we could manage it more effectively and get the ratios right. We were far too greedy, far too excited, and we paid the price. Right. Absolute disaster. Yeah. I'm going to end the recording, you know. That was our first game using GTD and Prison Architect. I didn't really use GTD too much for this part because it was all pretty simple, just copy and paste it. But I've just rushed it. I rushed it far too much. Right.